locked and loaded, and we know that you are always right there. So I want you to start with the intrigue and the Kings' plan with that 4th overall pick.
Yeah, the Kings continue to have conversations with teams about trading out of number 4. There's certainly a number of teams who'd like to get up there, get it Purdue's Jaden Ivey, perhaps even Keegan Murray from Iowa. But listen, I think the Kings have prepared for the possibility that they'll make a pick at 4, but you can expect them to continue to talk to teams right up until they're on the clock tonight here in Brooklyn at the NBA draft.
The NBA draft less than an hour away. We saw so many trades and action last year. If there is any breaking news, Woj obviously standing by. We'll also see him on our coverage here on ESPN in about 27 minutes from now. Thank you, Woj. As we take a look at the all-star projections, we love to protect. Chet Holmgren and Paolo Banchero both project to have a 51% chance at becoming an all-star caliber player. That's according to our analytics team. Jabari Smith at 48%. I cannot wait, Kevin Nagandi, until one day they take a screenshot of this, and when they're getting their MVP trophy, they're like, I remember what you said about me being an all-star, ESPN. He's got our coverage down in Brooklyn.
Thank you so much. It's a beautiful night here in Brooklyn as we welcome you to the 2022 NBA Draft. And the red carpet's out. Tari Eason bringing out that green. Paolo Banchero with the popping purple. And Chet Holmgren, as we looked at that graphic, 2 of the top 3 guys. And there is Jabari Smith. That is part of our big 3 tonight that will be expected to go off the board. All 3 are freshmen. The last time we saw freshmen go 1, 2, and 3, you got to go back to 2017. Kevin Nagandi here alongside Chiney Ogwumike, number 1 pick in 2014, number 1 pick overall in 2014.
Thank you for that.
Jalen Rose, 1994, 13th pick overall as well. I see you, of course. And listen, he's the number 1 pick in any debate show, regardless of what we're talking about. It is Stephen A. Smith joining us as well. Guys, okay, Woj talk a little bit about the draft turning at 4 with L, right? We know one thing. It's going to be an unpredictable night, but it's going to be settled with 3 players off the top regardless. Make the case here on why Jabari Smith should go number 1 in the Magic.
Because he is a smooth operator. I didn't want to sing, I didn't want to run up the bill, but this guy with his size, with his skill, but most importantly, out of Auburn, with his shooting, he's a smooth operator on the perimeter. And if you don't believe me, believe his coach, Bruce Pearl, who said he is the best shooting big man that the college game has seen in 10 years, shot 41% from NBA 3. He's ready to play. He's ready to go. He's built for this moment. It may not be a name like people know Chet or Paolo, but he's a name that, like Elle said, like you said, Kevin, will be an all-star. So I expect him going number 1. And look at him with the family.
Yeah,
looking beautiful.
Jabari Smith Jr., there's his Jabari Smith Sr., who was drafted and played in the NBA. Jalen, you can make the case here with Chet Holmgren going number 1, coming into the number 1 high school player in the country just a year ago before he went to Gonzaga.
All great choices, but for me, I'll take Chet right now in this debate, and here's why. Did you say size? Did you say skill? Well, he's 7 foot plus, and he's between the legs, behind the back, grab and go off of the backboard in transition. Today's NBA is all about speed and having the floor open. And if you got a guy that's going to block 3.5 shots a game, plus be able to grab me rebounds and get out in transition and make plays for himself or Stephen A., look at that. That's not even fair for a 7-foot guy to be that good and that skilled. So
can we say unicorn?
I'm going for the home run here. If I got the number 1 pick, if I'm taking somebody number 1, I need them to be a perennial all-star. I need them to be flirting with Hall of Fame. He has that talent.
I heard that noise before, particularly when a guy by the name of Kristaps Porzingis entered the league. He was a member of the New York Knicks. A lot of people were excited, and how has that ended up? The next thing you know, the Wizards and the Mavs make a deal, and Spencer Dinwiddie looks like a better pick. I'm not accusing Chet Holmgren of being that guy, because I agree with you. The brother's got mad skills, even though years ago, long before age and a slower metabolism kicked in, I weighed more than him. That's a different subject for another day. At the end of the day, I'm thinking about Paolo Banchero. I mean, I watched this dude at Duke. I watched him open the season against Kentucky. I liked what I saw. I watched him end the season in 4 to 5 NCAA tournament games. He led them in scoring. He led Duke to the Final Four. All that pressure of this being Mike Krzyzewski's last season or whatever rested on his shoulders, not just his, but the team, but nevertheless, him, because he was considered the marquee guy. And he showed up and he showed out. He's got an NBA body. He's 6'10". He got a mid-range game. He could fit finish at the basket. He's athletic enough and what have you. And obviously his pedigree in terms of his coaching is definitely there because he played under Coach K. I love the kid myself, and even though I think Jabari Smith will go number 1, it wouldn't shock me, nor would it disappoint me if Paolo Banchero ended up going number 1 too.
And he's the safe choice. He's going to be the kind of rookie that comes in and be mature in the locker room, be asked to be a leader. So I agree with you on that aspect.
Okay, so the order we have right now, the Magic going number 1, and then number 2, Oklahoma City. The Houston Rockets, they can land Paolo Banchero.
I ain't mad at that.
Be very happy about that. A lot of smiles in the room tonight as the family seeing their dreams realized. And we will have you covered on ABC and ESPN. It's The Draft, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Mel, back to you.
The drip. We are inching closer to the NBA draft, and Paolo Banchero is projected to have his name called pretty early tonight, might I say, in Brooklyn after a breakout freshman season at Duke. But before Paolo's time in Durham, his mom, Rhonda, paved the way on the basketball court, playing the University of Washington, where she left as the then all-time leading scorer in 1995. Our Angela Rye sat down with both Bancheros to talk basketball and tonight's draft.
I don't know.
He's so athletic.
Rhonda
Smith scores.
Great move by Rhonda Smith.
Your mom is a legend. I grew up going to your games, Rhonda, with my Uncle Jackie, and it was, amazing. How has that impacted you and your game?
It's impacted me a lot growing up. I never saw my mom play. It was like, what? You did that? You were, people really think of you, that you were this legendary basketball player, but she got inducted into the Hall of Fame, had me around a lot.
Rhonda, you said expose your male child to the female game. How do you think that exposure has impacted Paolo?
He was 7, maybe 7 or 8, I think, when I started coaching high school. But he was tall, so you just put him out there. And girls were taller, faster, stronger.
They talked a lot. Like girls talk on the court. As you get older and the higher level you go, you realize how important, the communication piece is on the court. Made me kind of enjoy, watching women's basketball, and I still do to this day.
Was there a moment where you were like, okay, this is like a legitimate, real thing. He's going to do this?
I think when he played in an AAU tournament, he was a freshman. He was playing 2 years up. The second time he touched the ball, he dribbled down the middle and had like this poster, kind of Statue of Liberty dunk, and we were like, okay, okay, he's good. He's gonna be fine.
I remember taking a deep breath, like, okay, I belong here.
A bouncer into Banchero with a nice move on Mill. She lays it in. What a play by Rhonda Banchero.
What signature move did you have that Paolo has included in his game?
I would say I was probably most known for just a real simple drop step, layup.
Moves-wise, I would say probably like drop step, spin. I get it from her, just the competitiveness.
Other than your mom, who I'm assuming is one of your favorite Seattle ballers, who are some of your others?
I would say Jamal is one of my favorites just because all the ways he gives back. He's always been a big brother to me, and he never really asked anything of me, other than when I get to the point he's at to do the same thing he's doing for the next kid. Really just trying to help continue to put Seattle basketball on the map.
Banchero, wow. Good handle and a soft touch.
I think he's as skilled a 6'10 player as Mike Krzyzewski's had.
Coach K, of course, retired this year. Did that have any influence on you deciding, okay, it's time to go pro? I don't know about this new coach.
Nah, Coach Shire, that's my guy. He's going to do a great job. I actually knew it was going to be his last year kind of before he announced. I'm excited to get to my team, and at the end of the day, it's about winning.
How will you use the platform that the NBA provides to also speak out and advocate for really important social justice-related causes?
I think NBA players have some of the biggest voices, not only in sports, but just in the world. People are fans of NBA players, so if you speak out against it, it's a good chance that your kids or fans are gonna follow suit.
Banchero gets a lot of his basketball IQ and acumen from his mom.
I want you to turn to your mom, just maybe acknowledge this really important moment and the path she paved on the court first.
Mom, big thank you. You've been there since the start. Proud of us. you know, just where we've been at. But it's not the end. I think it's the beginning, you know, of a new journey.
Oh, thanks.
I love that. I'm proud of us. And an explanation for why he's wearing purple. You just heard that Rhonda played at UW. His dad also went to the University of Washington. He said that everybody gave his parents heat because he didn't go there. So this is his way of saying, I'm sorry. An acknowledgement to the home team. Well done. We're getting ready for the draft tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, ESPN and ABC, as always, on the ESPN app as well, and on